if you could go back to the start of your career, middle of your career, wherever it would have made a significant difference, and given yourself some advice that would have made easier your path and might make easier the path of everybody who's watching or listening to us now, what would you go back and tell yourself?
Oh God, that's a brilliant question, almost impossible to answer. Because what I do believe is that just chance plays a role in your career as an author in the way that it doesn't with almost any other career. You know, if you want to be a doctor or a nurse or a lawyer, the harder you work, the better you'll do. And with us, it's slightly different. You need that the right person on the right day who's looking for a book a bit like yours, and you've got a manuscript ready to go. So I'm not sure I could. I suppose that, well, it's maybe answering a slightly different question. Looking back, the time in my career that I actually most loved writing was back before I got published. When back then I was writing partly just for the love of it, partly just to express these ideas in my head, partly with a kind of vague hope about one day being published. And so back then, in my 20s really, and actually early 30s, then writing was a joy. It's my hobby, and I occasionally talk about writing as a hobby, and some writers don't like the idea of that. It makes it seem, it devalues it. But a hobby is a thing you do purely for the love, not for the money. You know, you don't do a hobby because you get paid for it. And so I almost want to go back to that time when writing was just a thing I did for the joy of it, rather than now where it's my job. I'm like a lawyer, you know, as I said, going to the office every day and hammering out my work. So okay, so maybe now trying to turn that vague woolly statement into a bit of advice. It's try and keep that joy, that sense that you're writing because you love writing, and that exuberant sensual enjoyment of language. Try and keep that child alive in you.